catch by Jay Nathaniel. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Shooter take a shot deep. Open target. Got it. Her third. From left to right. Sets off. Oh.
Down!
Watch where he's going to set up. He's going to go for the... It fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Tonight, under the lights at Jordan-Hare Stadium, we've got a heavyweight showdown to kick off the Week 2 U2 coverage of the CFSL Season 23. The number 2 Virginia Tech Hokies, fresh off a dominant win over Texas, roll into Auburn with momentum, swagger, and eyes on a title run. Standing in their way, the number 13 Auburn Tigers, hungry and dangerous after a hard-fought battle with Ohio State last week. In the booth with me is Dominic Barfield, a.k.a. Umbreon Untamed. How you doing, man?
Oh, it always feels weird now being back here inside the booth at Jordan-Hare Stadium where I once took the field. It's good to be back home, but it's good to see a great matchup here early off, kicking off the YouTube.
Yeah, after a good return, player to watch for Virginia Tech, Tatum Militian. She is up-and-coming freshman here as they step back to throw it early. Going for the home run early. And wide open, making a statement. That's Harper Orndorff, 69 yards.
And Harper Orndorff to the crib, first play tutty. St. Major just absolutely bombs it deep as the Hokies come out and catch the defense sleeping on the first play of the drive.
Well, I guess that's a lot to be, answers a lot of our questions early. What kind of game plan did Virginia Tech come in with? And it looks like they're going hard and fast.
And meanwhile, over on Twitch, we have Dante Terry with a 100-yard kickoff return touchdown for Clemson to go up 7-0, 8:47 in the first.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's on the score fast train. Let's see what Auburn does after last week coming out guns blazing, throwing for 700 yards.
Probably going to crash and burn.
Yeah, that's what you hope for.
Absolutely do.
Not a bad return there. Going to start out in the 31. Auburn going to come out in a offset power almost. They step back to throw. Holds it too long. Mosley sacked for 7 yards, and that's what you don't want to see if you're Auburn. If you're going to sling it, you better get it out there and throw it fast.
Nah, and especially when you've got a DN like Patrick O'Campbell coming screaming at you off the corner. Oh yeah, you've absolutely got to get your ball out. The freshman has got to learn at home, get that ball out and live to see another play.
That's just a big one for him as a freshman. He was coming in and he saw him, but just didn't get rid of it. As Scally gets almost all of those yards back on a hard-fought power run.
Well, when you think of backs in this league that are hard to bring down, you absolutely do think of Thomas Scally. Thomas Scally is one of the most prolific first tackle breaker backs.
Third and long, looking at third and screen. That's the guy to get it to. He's got blocking, running over people. Scally refuses to go down, 19 yards, and a first on the screen.
Yeah, when in doubt, screen it out. 60% of the time, the screen works every time. The Hokies defense caught napping, not paying attention, and the Tigers absolutely take advantage of that halfback screen and pick up the first down and running over would-be tacklers. Ooh, bad day to get caught there, CJ Mucci.
I talked to both coaches before the game, and both of them said neither one of them actually practiced defense this week. They went all offense, and that's showing early. Another handoff up the middle. Scally fighting for 5. Going to bring up second and medium.
That's just a good, solid, hard run in. Absolutely hats off to the defender for bringing them down on the first contact, not letting him gain much more after that.
Auburn's showing a different side of their program this week after last week throwing 70 times. Here comes the pass. Plenty of time, filing his taxes back there. Throws off his back foot, makes a good throw. Bobby Green gets open, catches it for 11 and a first.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Bobby Green. Absolutely Houdini caught that ball. Not sure how he managed to bring that in, but impressive catch nonetheless.
I'm not sure how he made that throw. Same formation. Mosley gonna motion Scally. Gonna fake the dive, looking over the middle, throws over the middle again. Looks like he finds Green again. Hey, say his name, he appears. He's 2 catches, 32 yards.
Absolutely, just having his way right now with the crisp route running, and we gotta be careful out there. Alfredo Barfield almost could have been called for targeting, trying to bring down Bobby Green. Ooh, what a headhunt!
There is no love lost there amongst those guys. Barfield getting the targeting call according to our producers and get kicked out of the game. We'll see how that plays out.
That'd be tough.
Mosley steps back to throw again. Going to throw a short pass out to the outside. He's going to lose 4. Ziegler doesn't actually, he comes back too far for that ball.
And the backs of Blacksburg absolutely pinched down on it and allowed nothing doing. Love to see that.
Coming out in a single back, tight into the top of your, or the bottom of your screen. Hand it off down there. Scally with plenty of running room, running over people, picks up 11. Going to make it 3rd and 4.
Absolutely just took advantage of that zone defense and just took the open space for granted. Wow, what a massive run.
Scally going to get a breather. Mosley going to come in, throws the screen to the back, walk on halfback. He needs to break a tackle, breaks 1, gets to about the 1, going to pick up 5. That's the walk on halfback. Welcome to walk on halfback U.
No, hey, Auburn is absolutely D1 of halfback walk on you. That is just their bread and butter.
Still in there, looking like a Mosley's going to stand back and throws over the middle. Got Ziegler for a 2-yard touchdown, and it looks like we're fixing to have an absolute offensive slugfest.
Oh, absolutely sketchy throw over the middle, but sneaks it right behind the defender's back. What a way to get it in there by Zacchaeus Mosley for the touchdown. Auburn answers back after the 1-play drive from Virginia Tech. Now Virginia Tech's getting the ball back. Let's see what the Hokies offense can do and see if they can make it more than 1 play.
Mosley has already proven he has no qualms throwing the ball 70 times last week, already thrown it 6 times this week, and he's 6 for 6.
I mean, the kid's not afraid of the moment. You can say that for sure. 30-yard return by Malcolm Dansby on that kickoff.
I expect Auburn to come out with a little bit more protection on coverage this time.
Well, they might need it.
They're going to come out trips to the bottom of your screen. It's a tight trip. Get some rushing. The middle of the field's open. Locklear is going to pick up 13, former Auburn tight end, now Virginia Tech tight end.
You know what? Virginia Tech is really good at taking former Auburn tight ends. What can they say?
Only some of them are good. As another pass. They got to throw down to the bottom. That's Horndorf. Or no, that's Malcolm Dansby.
Dansby absolutely had plenty of space to pick up all of that yardage. Good throw, getting it out early by St. Major.
Different formation, 2-by-1. Tight end at the bottom of your screen. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Nothing there. Looks like they're trying a different tactic with their halfbacks, although I don't know if either one of them got a carry last week.
No, they got a few touches here and there, but no, absolutely a big shakeup having Dansby started with Orndorff.
Going to come out looking for some coverage. Going to chuck it deep. Doesn't have to get it all. Doesn't need to. And it's knocked down. Maverick Berlin says, throw it to me again and see what happens. They're going to force a punt.
Berlin absolutely was not going to get caught lacking there after an errant throw into coverage by St. Major. Hokies are forced to have to punt the ball back to the Tigers.
I know as somebody who's game planned for one of these teams and coaches the other, it is a tough ask to ask your guys to throw against these 4 starting corners. Those are 4 big names that are great corners who are starters on any team they play for. So there's no good options when you're throwing deep. As they come out in that split back set, hand it off up the middle to Scally. Scally refusing to go down, going to pick up 5. That's his 4th carry for 28 yards, averaging 7 yards. I mean, if you're Auburn, you love to see that average.
Now, you absolutely feel almost unstoppable if you maintain that for the whole 4 quarters.
Same formation, opposite side. Going to motion Scally back there. Hands it off to Scally. He's met immediately. He's going to lose 1. Still going to call it 3rd and 5.
Absolutely nothing doing. CJ Mucci sniffs that out and gets the TFL. What a big tackle there by the safety.
A good time to call the blitz. Now they're going to come out tight into the bottom of your screen, single back.
Watch the screen.
Could be 3rd and screen. Just going to hand it off on the draw. Scally tries to get off the first man, but he's hit by 2 and loses 2.
Absolutely nothing doing. Zelensky shoots through the open gap and brings Scally down. A hard feat to do in the backfield.
Pulling guard did not get where he was supposed to be on that one.
No,
Auburn
absolutely.
now forced to punt. Both punt teams averaging about 10 yards a return right now.
You know, right now, as a team being on the road, Virginia Tech has to feel pretty comfortable even after a lackluster second drive. They feel pretty comfortable, and they don't feel like they have any red flags going off just yet.
You just don't want to let this crowd get loud and get in your head. Tight trips to the top of your screen. He throws up there, comes back a little far. He's going to pick up 6, though, manages to stay on his feet. If he goes down at first contact, he probably picks up about 2. That's John Lee, first catch of the night.
Not absolutely love that play, not liking that John Lee had to come back to the pass. At least he picks up 6. Could have been a lot worse.
2 tight end sets your bottom of your screen. 1 tight end comes in motion. Now it's a balanced tight end set. Everybody goes out, man open over the middle. He gets hit by about 3 Auburn Tigers as Locklear gets 23 in the first.
And big tight ends just make big plays. Absolutely big body, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, refusing to go down after first contact. Takes 3 men to bring him down for a Hokies first down.
Auburn linebacker is going to have to step up. It looks like the plan here is hit the middle a couple of times and take a couple of shots. Trips to the bottom, single back. He stays in the block, throws over the middle, finds his man again, and that's Savannah Olzer for 11 yards.
That drag route was just absolutely beautiful. Crisp running by Savannah Olzer, finding that open spot over the middle, and just trying to hit the gas after the catch.
Auburn going to need to buckle down in the red zone. Heavy set. Tight end going to motion up to a slot receiver. Throws it over the middle and just overshoots his man. Lucky that Watson wasn't paying attention. He could have had that one for free.
It looks like some absolute miscommunication between Major and Melanishin. Questionable throw.
Same formation. No motion this time except for to bring the receiver closer. They throw it down there. He's going to pick up nothing as he is hit almost immediately by Auburn number 12.
I do not hate having the safety valve there, but for a 0-yard gain, it's almost a net nothing.
They're going to just try to eat some yardage here and get away with points, it looks like, as Orndorff picks up 4.
And that's going to force the Hokies to come out for the field goal. Shane Kitt on the try.
Yes, number 12 was Lewis 4. I don't know why I said 12 instead of 4, but as the field goal goes up and good, Auburn now down 3. Virginia Tech extending their lead.
The foot of Kitt is true. Lead for the Hokies.
Here comes the kickoff. Going to be fielded in the end zone. It looks like Ragnar Wood making some return yardage this week. 26 yards.
Hey, 26 yards. You're not going to be mad about that coming out in somewhat positive territory for the Tigers.
Let's see what Auburn does this time. They haven't taken any shots deep, maybe lulling them to sleep. Trips to the bottom. It's the zone read. When this play works, it works well. Mosley running over people, refusing to go down 19 yards. And he proved last week when he's not throwing it, better watch him. He can move.
J 2.0, it seems. What a familiar look, as Auburn may have looked to go back to their old ways with a different playbook this week, folks. Absolutely beautiful read there, not handing it off and scampering for Pater.
Offset diamond formation. They're going to motion Haas over. They're going to fake the handoff as Mosley picks up 2 following Haas.
Auburn is trying to do everything they can to really work this ground game, and hats off to Virginia Tech for really doing everything they can to stifle the ground game as much as possible.
Single back, tight end to the top and bottom. Gonna do the zone read again. Got plenty of blockers out front, and Mosley just eating away at 15. They are definitely keying in, and I didn't get to ask a bunch of real personal questions, but it looks like Virginia Tech keying on making sure Scally is not the difference maker.
No, absolutely not. Meanwhile, over on Twitch, 25-yard touchdown pass to Jackson Strong for Iowa. Takes the lead, 10-7, lead with 1:51 left in the first.
Auburn already 10 rushes in this game. on pace to blow up what they did last week. As Scally tries to take this one outside, loses 2. There was nobody out there.
No, absolutely nothing doing as Kai Buford shoots out like a cannon to the backfield and meets him for a loss of 2 on the play.
Another heavy blitz catches them on a run. Here they come in that power offset diamond formation. Going to motion the tight end over. They're going to hand it off to Scally up the middle. He's just going to plow forward, head down, 7 yards, make it 3rd and manageable.
Absolutely sprints through the gap, ducks the shoulder, and says, I dare somebody to come meet me here, and just hits 7 yards.
Auburn going to come out, trips to the bottom. Going to go to throw it. Going to look for the screen. Throws it up there. He's got room and blockers. They just got to pick somebody up, and they miss a dude. If the backup is not in, Scally picks that up. They only get 1, and now it's 4th and 3.
On the stop.
An extremely long field goal to start. Trying to tie it up.
I don't hate it.
Of course you don't. And he nails it. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Not a freshman kicker, but freshman kicker. He's a sophomore technically. First year at Auburn. He was at like Bethel Community College last year. Ties it up 10-all.
That shot was cash. Wow. Oh, you love seeing beautiful kicks like that in CFSL.
Dansby going to bring it out 27 yards and get it about to the 30.
All right, and if you're the Hokies, you're coming out feeling like it's 0-0 right now. You're just going to come out, do your thing, and see if the Tiger defense can stop you again.
Coming out in the I formation, heavy run set. They're going to run it outside. Auburn looking to get out there and stop them. They let him get 2, but that's an effective stop if you're just running outside.
Oh yeah, that was a long run for just 2. Absolutely not a great idea for the stamina of Dansby long term.
All right, going to come out in another heavy run set, but 2 receivers at the bottom. It's going to be a pass. He's going to throw it down there and just slips. Maybe looks like St. Major maybe slipped out of his hand on that one and overthrows his man.
Yeah, and he's lucky that it goes out of bounds. If that ball stays in bounds short, absolutely could have been picked.
Virginia Tech going to need to change the 0-2 on 3rd. They cannot do that all night and be successful. They're going to come out and throw again. Going to throw it over the top. Oh! Freshman Thomas Oliver almost makes him pay. He tries to thread that needle. Instead of getting the first, he tries to take a shot deep again.
And absolutely tries to get cute and try to fit that into a keyhole to Harper Orndorff, and nothing happening. Absolutely lucky that ball hits the turf as the Hokies punt back to the Tigers.
That's Oliver going to go back there and show off his return skills after almost making that interception. It's going to be an interesting game plan. I don't hate quarterbacks taking shots, but I think there's a time and place, and that probably wasn't it. That offset, power I. Now they're going to hand it off. He refuses to go down. I mean, he is hit 5 yards behind the line and still picks up 4.
Yeah, just absolutely. You could tell Scally took the offseason serious, hitting that weight room. Taking 3 men who met him 5 yards in the backfield to gain 4 is insane.
Going to be the end of the first as a super fast first comes in. We're all knotted up at the end of the first. Everybody at 10. And okay, everybody at 10. Stay tuned. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube.
Slight stroke there.
No, teams like just randomly overtook my screen. Split back formation. Auburn going to come out and run the triple option. He's got the pitch, pitches it well. Great pitch. Scally gets outside and picks up 11.
Now, this option game is absolutely methodical and surgical right now for this Tiger offense. Hokie defense has got to find a way to tighten up and really rein that in. It could be a long day.
Single back, trips to the top of your screen, single receiver to the bottom, fakes the handoff, motion, moving around, got plenty of time. Threads the needle to Ziegler for 19.
Wow, what a throw. Absolutely just puts that in front of the defender's face, and still he finds a way to haul that in. What a beautiful route there by the receiver.
Here's the other dangerous thing for Virginia Tech. Not converting on 3rd downs is the first one. The second one is letting Auburn set up their run game. I'll finish that after this. Single back, trips to the top, fakes the handoff outside, throwing down above bottom, looking for his man. That's Ragnar Wood for 11 and a first. The dangerous thing that you're allowing to happen right now, and if you don't make an adjustment that will really hurt you, is Auburn is making long drives. Shot play drives are okay because your defense gets time to rest. Right now, they're not getting time to rest, and they're having to come back out and just continue to get hammered for long drive, and that will wear you out. As Mosley calls his own number, and I don't think that was a called run. He just said, I'm not going to get anything. I'm going to pick up 0 or a couple.
And Creedon gets the credit for the sack.
A 0-yard sack. I'm not sure how that's possible.
Hey, it's like a 0-yard touchdown, right?
And completely different. Loss of half a yard. But when you lose a half a yard, it says loss of 1 when you run it. As they hand it off, dive to Scally. Scally just lowers his shoulder and says, look, I may let you stop me, but we're going your way, not mine.
No, but credit to the defender for absolutely playing. And Ziggy Zielinski with his 5th tackle of the game so far, planting his feet, saying, you're going to run me over, but you're coming down with me.
You got to give Zielinski a lot of credit. As he hands off to Scally again, Scally can't get there, 4th and 2.
No, absolutely nothing there. And Alfredo Barfield with the TFL, the Italian Stallion, sending the heat.
I think they gained a yard. As they go for the lead, Auburn picks up their first lead of the game, 13-10. Here is what you do, what you're doing if you're, what you're doing if you're Zielinski, and he is a grown man, because he is just continuing to stick his shoulder in there and absolutely refusing to not hit Scally. And that's tough to do. Scally is a power back.
Alfredo seemed to have no problem absolutely popping him for a drop.
Again, he gained a yard.
Still absolutely rocked him.
Oh no, Major can't get rid of it fast enough. As Rashad Watson going to come in on the safety blitz and pick up the sack.
And Watson absolutely just shreds the lineman off the point of attack and just absolutely gets there before St. Major can look up and realize what's going on. A disastrous start for the Hokies.
I don't care who you are or what team you play for. If you're an offensive lineman and they ask you to block a screaming safety, you got problems. Now they're going to come back 2 tight ends. They're going to throw short and underneath. Locklear going to pick up 5.
Q is absolutely finding his motion today. 3 receptions, 41 yards. Absolutely just being the safety net for St. Major right now.
Well, Kabil is... see, I always say it right and I screw it up. St. Major going to look, throws over the middle as Shad makes his presence known again. Going to bring up 4th and 12.
Had an open receiver in Savannah Olzer, but absolutely just short arms it. Unfortunately, the Hokies are going to have to punt the ball back. Nothing doing for this Hokie offense.
They're still 0 for on 3rd downs. That's got to change.
Yep.
As they just, I'm not sure what happened. Is Oliver just let that one fly over his head.
Wow. Do we call for the brand?
That's for the brand punt. It's like a 90-yard punt.
Man, you love to see that.
I'm not sure what happened. It's like Oliver didn't know he was returning. That's a freshman mistake.
Controller
idiot. As Scally, again, just refusing to go down, picks up 8.
No, absolutely trucks Alfredo and says that's for the tackle last drive and just scampers on over him for 8 yards.
I believe Scally has already eclipsed his yardage for last week. Tight end at the top of your screen, going to hand it to him again. He cuts back inside, great cut. He wasn't going to get a lot anyway, but that cut provided first down instead of loss of yardage.
That cut back inside was absolutely a veteran decision, knowing that he could scamper back inside and pick up the first.
Here comes that offset diamond formation. Tight end's going to motion. They're going to fake the handoff, and he's going to follow his tight end and just weave around. Mosley's going to pick up 11 in a first.
Yeah, it's a good pickup by Mosley, but what you don't want to see is watching your quarterback run all day and take shots. Eventually, one of those hits is going to cough up that ball, and it could be in a dire situation.
And he's not a huge quarterback, 6'1", 215. Single back, trips to the bottom of your screen, no handoff, no even fake, going to throw to the bottom. As Mosley's first incompletion of the day is a drop. I didn't see who that was on the drop.
That was Augustus Gravely with the knockout, though. Credit to Gravely on that punch out.
Looks like Ziegler, maybe. There's the handoff. As Scally, gosh, man, 6 yards. Again, just impossible to take down almost on the first hit. You got to give these linebackers credit, though, because that is a big man, and they are refusing to just bow to him.
They are working overtime today for sure.
They better be getting an NIL pay raise. Mosley steps back to throw. Plenty of time, looking underneath, finds Jesse Evans, the backup, going to pick up 3, going to be short though, 4th and 1, going to force a punt, probably.
Oh, I can go ahead and tell you now that locker room for the linebackers is absolutely funded by Chick-fil-A, so there will be chicken sandwiches at halftime.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. We are in the South. Catches that one on the sideline, tight ropes it for 4 yards.
And now let's see if we can get these Hokies to shake the monkey off their back and if they can sustain a drive. Too many 3-and-outs, and you've got to find a way to, if you're facing 3rd down, find a way to convert.
Well, that's the other side of this. Tatum Melanishin is 0 for on the day. Can't have that. As they fake the handoff, throws to him off of the backside. Oh, and Thomas Oliver introduces himself to Dansby, says, I may be a corner, but I'll lower the shoulder.
Oh, welcome to Ouchtown. Population U, bro. Sheesh. What a shot.
That hurt me. Going to come out in that tight trips to the top, single back to the bottom, or single receiver to the bottom. He's going to back off the ball for some reason now. They throw underneath again, and he's going to be immediately wrapped up, but Lee picks up 5, makes it 3rd and manageable.
Before we discuss the receiver at the bottom of the screen doing a 360 no-scope, over on Twitch, 49-yard touchdown pass to Arnez Gray as Iowa takes a 17-10 lead on Clemson, 5:23 in the second.
This is a power run set, 2 tight ends now at the bottom of your screen. Going to throw it early. He got pressure early and had to toss it and just threw it over his head. The crowd may be getting to Major.
And the Owen curse continues as the Hokies can't find a way to convert. 3rd down yet again. Punting the ball back to the Tigers.
I did talk to Auburn's defensive coordinator, and there was a heavy focus this week on not giving up 50 points. Last week it was bad, and they said we're not doing that again.
You talked to their defensive coordinator? Man, I certainly hope so.
Yeah, you know, sometimes. Maybe I'm the one who told him. Trips to the bottom of your screen, single back. This has been an inside run. Scally stays in to do this one. As another toss out to Ziegler, but Ziegler is absolutely smoked as soon as the ball gets there.
No, just absolutely decleated on the hit. What a throw.
Here's that offset run package. Tight end motions up. They hand off away from the tight end. Scally's going to pick up 3, make it 3rd and 7.
And the backs are just continuing to do anything they can to make sure Scally is not getting through the first contact.
Auburn has slowed way down on their 3rd down conversions. They were 2 for 2 at one point. Now they're 2 for 5. As Moses steps back. Oh, no. The route is jumped, and that's going to be a house call.
Go ahead and say goodbye. Let me get a Mick pick 6. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That is 6 for Jordan Hack. Woo!
Hack is not unfamiliar with picking off pick 6s for Auburn, or against Auburn, as he had 3 picks the last time Auburn and Auburn played, and he was on the field with USC.
Now, big-time players make big-time plays, absolutely. Meanwhile, over on Twitch, 52-yard touchdown pass to William Owens for Clemson to tie it up at 17. 4:27 left in the half.
Berlin going to take out 30 to 32. Now there's going to have to be a figure here. Auburn's going to have to figure something out, and that's just not a questionable call when you have the lead in your own territory.
What's up with the food references? The broadcasters are fat and foodies.
2x2 single back. He's going to hand it off to Scally. Scally's going to cut it back up the middle and going to pick up 7.
You know what? Beat it down. I don't know if we can get away with Hack Tua. That might be our death note right there.
Oh, it's already out there. Same formation. No fake or no handoff or fake. Throws over the middle. That's Deuce Carter, his first catch of the night. He breaks off the first tackle, but he gets 5 and a first.
No, shakes off the first one, picks up the first down. Big momentum moment there needed for the Tigers after that last drive.
That looked like a get the quarterback comfortable play. As here's the read option. This time they wait for him to pull it, and he doesn't, and Scally picks up 7.
Now, and having to resort to the shoestring tackles to bring down the big man. Absolutely having to work to bring down Scally.
Same formation, backups in this time. Scally needs a breath. There's the fake. As Mosley, they don't buy into it. Mosley coughs it up.
Ooh!
Is he down, though?
There's absolutely no way they don't look at that. Right now, we're going to give that credit to Gunny Creedon for the forced sack and the fumble recovery.
Creedon didn't even think he was down. Here comes the review.
All right, let's look at this slow down. See.
Oh yeah,
see.
he's
down. That ball's absolutely going to come back.
Gonna live to fight another day. They're gonna give that one back to Auburn. Forearm down, knee down, then ball out.
You know what? Hey, hold on. Hear me out.
Nope. Just go ahead and watch. It's reversed. I told you.
Boo.
No chance.
Biased.
He will hear about that on the sidelines, though, I am sure. Scally checks back in. Looks like third and screen. Gets it out to Scally. Just needs that one block. Picks it up. Got to run over. Oh, my goodness. Ooh, get the number of that Mack truck. Scally just killed a man.
Oh, 11A213B, bro. Wow, I got that number for you. Third and screen absolutely works. And, brother, he took a man.
I still didn't get a number.
I believe that was Ziggy Zelensky. Truth be told,
it looked like it looked like a 4. So it was either Chris Wolf or Nate Skinner, I think.
I think I saw a 3.
There's the fake. Mosley steps back, looking, throws over the middle again. Oh, and the toe drag swag by Carter, and that was a dangerous throw.
What? Excuse me? I need to see that again.
He got that back foot in, but this may be reviewed.
If they reviewed, I won't be surprised.
They are not.
No, they're saying green.
I am surprised that was it.
Wow. Wasn't Skinner, he's white. Crazy.
2x2. Hand off to the backup. As you can tell, he's a step backwards from the starter.
Yeah, looks like it was Zelensky possibly.
Poor Zelensky. Scally back in. There's the handoff to him. He cuts left, cuts back right. Going to make it 3rd and 2. Auburn burned a timeout a minute ago, not burning one now, as he's already almost at the century mark.
No, they're going to do anything they can to try to take as much clock off with them as they come out in the empty set.
Yeah, this is a crazy one. This is something we haven't seen today. Empty set. What are they looking for? Going to throw back in the end zone, wide open. Ragnar Woods. They just left him alone.
Yeah, I don't know what the backs of Blacksburg were doing there, but they were not paying attention to the end zone whatsoever. Ragnar absolutely just walked back there and said, look at all this free real estate.
Absolutely not. Not happening. As the kickoff comes, Dansby back to return this one again. He's going to take it up the left hash. They're chasing him down. Maverick Berlin. There's a huge dog pile. He's going to pick up 30. We got a minute 23. I expect a long pass somewhere in here.
Well, if you know St. Major like I know St. Major's not afraid to send a rainbow. So I won't be surprised to see one myself.
Unfortunately, me and St. Major have a long history playing against each other. As they throw this one out of bounds. I think he was trying to gear up to throw that one deep, but the pressure got there a little sooner than he would have liked.
Hey, you know what? Hey, sometimes you just got to live to see another play. Just throw it away. You're good.
Going to come out in the 2x2, what we call the 8th set, single back. They're going to fake a screen out there. No, they're going to throw the screen out there. And it just took too long to set up, and nobody could get out there. Going to bring up 3rd and 6. I expect a clock run here.
Not quite sure what the passive selections here are, but
I expect something like a middle handoff or a screen, hoping to get the first. If they don't, just let the clock run out. Looking. Going to throw over the middle. Got a man. Now here comes the timeout.
And that is a big haul in by, I believe that was Harper Orndorff there on the slant route.
2x1, single back. They're going to look. They're going to throw underneath. Auburn going to try to keep him inbounds and tackle him inbounds. 4 yards for Camille Locklear.
And hold on. Can we address that Virginia Tech just converted a 3rd down? We're not going to address that? Hold on.
Oh, first one. I forgot.
Yeah, wow.
It's that like crazy as this one gets thrown to the deep side as, oh my gosh, what a play. I believe that was my brain just drew a blank.
That was Kendall
Juan
Simmons.
Perkins.
Was it Quan? I thought it was 36.
They're like 25. There's the run, 4th and 3. Probably going to take this one to the half. Malcolm Dansby.
Well, I think the only thing that we have learned is neither one of us can read numbers for anything.
Yeah, that's the problem. And then my brain's fried right now. Was 25. Juan Perkins. Correct.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Hey, I'm cool being wrong. I got the last one right.
We're going to take this to the half. Very fast half. We're less than 40 minutes into this game, and we are going to the second half.
No, and it's a good time for everybody in the chat to go ahead and take a break, step outside the stadium, go run and get you some Tumors lemonade, hop back in. Oh, it's going to be a refreshing halftime as we come back for the second half.
Chick-fil-A will be in the no, not when Tumors is there.
No.
Stay out of this, Mr. I've never been to Auburn. It's Tumors lemonade, okay? Chick-fil-A can have the sandwich. They don't get the lemonade.
But can we talk about the limeade? The limeade is low-key. It's so underrated.
Oh, that's funny. So half of football where I think we got a different Auburn than we were expecting. We got kind of what I feel like was a similar game plan to last week maybe for Virginia Tech. Auburn defense looking strong. Virginia Tech defense staying just in it enough to keep their team in it.
So
what do you expect to see? What do you need to see from Virginia Tech? I'll take Auburn. You take Virginia Tech since that's the easy way. What do you need to see from Virginia Tech second half?
A pulse.
Well, the defense has one.
No, the defense has one unless the option game gets to them, and then they're getting quite squirrely on there. Absolutely. I mean, look at the time of possession itself. 18 minutes and 10 seconds to 6:15. Auburn is just holding the ball, and even if it may be just a little bit off just for per skew chance, I mean Auburn is really holding on to the ball compared to Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's offense has got to find a way to get it in gear, extend some drives, and really find a way to put points on the board. The voodoo in Jordan Hare is real, and it can really cause some complications.
Auburn just has to keep doing what they're doing. Don't make risky plays like that interception touchdown, and you've got a 10-point lead at this point with the ball if you don't do that.
I'd rather have the Chick-fil-A lemonade. Well, I'd rather have somebody with a valid opinion.
Yeah, CJ, you're fired.
Please. I'm firing from my team.
Two backs, or tight ends. They're going to hand it off. Scally cuts back left, lowers his shoulder a little early, probably cost him, still picks up 7.
No, I mean, absolutely got it down early, and it definitely cost him. But when you're still getting up 7, I mean, just, hey, it is what it is.
Travis, the time of possession gets skewed by challenges. Going to hand it off again. Scally cuts back left, bobbing and weaving. Scally going to pick up another big run. He's up to 100. Oh, he's not up to 115 yards, 151. He's got 21 carries now for 113 yards. Auburn said, we're playing the old switcheroo. Scally's back.
Moochie's 9th tackle of the game.
Moses going to throw over the other side. Got a man streaking by himself. Say his name and he will appear, maybe? Bobby Green.
I believe in Bobby Green. Wow, just absolutely having a day on this Hokie defense right now. Number 2 team in the nation, could be possibly in danger.
Yeah, we believe that the actual time of possession for Auburn should be somewhere around 11 and a half. As they come out in that, they really like this motion power run set. They hand off to Scally going away from everybody, and he just runs by people. Picks up 15, and I think this is where attrition has started. Virginia Tech's defense has been out there a long time, and they are getting tired.
And even with the halftime break, it still feels like they've just been slogging out there.
Yeah, now, and Scally's just getting warmed up. Trips to the bottom, back up, half back in to give Scally a break. They're going to hand it to him. He's going to carry. He's going to pick up 4. Our backup halfback's going to have more yards than some starters in the league by the end of the night.
Ah, he's got 4 yards. Come on now.
It's more than some starters.
Holy Norse.
Here's that same formation. Going to motion him back in the back. We're going to hand it off. He's hit immediately. Going to lose 1, 3rd and 7.
And just shot like a cannon, Chris Wolf. Having an rather quiet night on the game. 3 tackles, 1 TFL.
Haas just ran right by him. I may have been a mix-up there on the play call. Scally back in now. Empty top of your screen, trips to the bottom. Everybody goes out, looking, throws, man in the back, throws another pick. That's a terrible play call.
And Ziggy Zelensky with the pick. And that is the type of momentum the Hokies need to try to get back into this game. They've just got to find a way to bleed out the crowd noise and just find a way to get it done.
Another freshman mistake there. He had his tight end at the bottom of the screen as Major throws for a 1-yard reception to Lee. Lee coming back again. First throw I thought might have been on Major, but that's twice now. Lee's been positive probably 5 or 10 yards and come back and cut it to almost nothing.
It almost makes you sick.
Trips to the top, single back. They're going to hand it off and force a draw. Auburn not having any of it. Going to give him 2, make it 3rd and long.
And the passive aggressiveness so far is just really outlandish. You're on the road. You're in a hostile environment. You can't be afraid of taking shots, but they have to make sense.
Well, they've taken a shot, and that shot was a 70-yard touchdown pass to start the game. As he sits back, ready to throw, throws over the middle, got a man. He just got away from his coverage. That was Kendall Simmons on the coverage.
And that's a big throw there by the vet St. Major, finding the open man over the middle. And John Lee is just doing anything he can to right the wrongs from his little short comebacks for the last 2 receptions.
Yeah, he's trying to make it better. Say he's sorry. Now they're gonna come out in the true ace formation. They're going to fake the handoff up the middle. He's going to throw sideline, and it's picked. Is that the freshman's first pick of the game? It is. Thomas Oliver gets it back and says, I can do what you can do. Throw me the ball.
And just everything is not going right for this Hokie offense right now. Feels like they just can't get out of their ways, and the Tiger defense absolutely just pounces on it. Credit to Thomas Oliver for the pick.
I tell you, though, that's a dangerous play by the freshman. Here comes that formation they like. They're going to fake the handoff and read out top as Mosley takes it out there, picks up 9. A dangerous play. If you go back and watch that replay, he breaks on the ball when he realizes the receiver went on an out route and breaks on it and makes the interception. If he misses that ball, nobody's covering the receiver, and it is touchdown all day.
High risk, high reward.
Dive to Scally. Scally refusing to give up anything, going to pick up 3 and a first.
Him and Alfredo Barfield have been having a chess match all day as he brings him down on first contact as well. Scally just leans forward.
That first down number is wild. 19 for Auburn, 5 for Virginia Tech. Here comes the option. I'm glad he didn't pitch it because that was a dangerous play. He was surrounded. If he pitched it, that's going to the house.
I kind of wish he did.
I know you did.
Like,
I was scared.
That was crib.
Here comes their formation they like, that offset diamond. He's going to motion Scally back. Scally handed off and hit for a loss as number 54 Wolf just comes in like a missile. That's one you gotta pull, Mosley. That's a freshman mistake. You just sold out on your halfback.
No, but here we go. 3rd and long, an unfamiliar look for this Tiger offense.
Gonna look for 3rd and screen. Scally's down there. Got a blocker. Got to make a man miss. He'll be down. That's definitely down.
Nah.
I don't even need the replay.
All the cameras turned off suddenly. There's no film. What a shame.
Definitely down, ouch, man. Sorry, buddy.
Nah.
Yeah, I didn't even need to see the replay.
Nah, that's a fumble good on Sundays.
Referee's just trying to get involved.
Hey, I'd rather get involved this way instead of clipping calls.
Yeah, Auburn's trying to give it away. Yeah, Auburn actually went into this game with the referee and said, hey, we're going to drop a couple on the ground. Just let them go, and they give us the time of possession. Reversed.
And disagree.
Long field goal. I don't know if I'd call it bailed out, ouch, man. I would be with you. Don't trust me. You can ask Barfield. I'm 100%. I'll call him out even on us. 50-yard field goal attempt is up. It's long enough. It's good. Going to make it a 6-point lead. I'm 100%. If we fumble it and it doesn't give it to you, I will call out the refs for us too.
I think that's one of the reasons why I enjoyed being on your team so much, because we were both on the same page where It doesn't matter if you're messing up, you're gonna get exposed for it. There's no coddling whatsoever.
Not in my locker room. As the return comes up the sideline, got a lot of blockers. Had a guy there to block him, but for some reason he just didn't. And Dansby only gets out to about the 26.
Ooh, potential allegations that Auburn's paying the refs NIL deals? Question mark?
Doesn't everyone pay the refs NIL deals at their house?
What are NIL deals? We can't afford those at Virginia Tech.
Okay. 27. I was off by one.
You know, ACC money.
Single back, tight end to the bottom, 2 receivers. Going to motion the tight end to the top. He's going to go out as a blocker, then slow fade out. As a wobbly throw gets to Lee for 4. That looked like a duck.
4 yards better than no yards. And
100%.
CJ, no, I've been told that apparently it's Big Sky refs for this game. See who remembers the Big Sky.
Single back. They're going to fake the handoff up the middle. That one was doomed from the start. Major panic before he had to and threw it off balance and I think got hit by one of his linemen. Going to bring up 3rd and long.
That play looked very Kyle Frazier-ish, if I may.
Single tight end at the bottom. He's going to motion up. Trips to the top now. Plenty of time to throw. Going to take a chunk play. No reason for that. And they're going to give Berlin the credit for it, even though he didn't do anything.
The logic does not make any sense for St. Major as he just unloads one to Kingdom Come.
I imagine there's a conversation between Mucci and Major on the sideline where he's like, son, what are you thinking? I told you could take shots, but I didn't mean on 3rd and long.
I'm pretty sure the defense is going to sit down and have a talk with him too. Defense is the only reason why they're still in this game.
There is heavy winds tonight, but questionable if a 9 mile per hour wind carries the ball that much.
No shot. Not with the weight of that ball.
There's the handoff to Scally up the middle. Scally just gashing. He's got 8 yards again.
Now they are absolutely not stacking that box like they should and really forcing the pressure on that offense.
You got to give Auburn the props. They're saying if you're going to let us run it, we're going to run it. Here comes the read. Scally with a great block. They don't ever touch him, and he goes out there and springs Mosley for 10.
Yeah, just absolutely. And I agree with that. Harper down there somewhere.
Auburn doing what a lot of teams wish they would do. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. As there's another handoff dive to Scally. Scally's going to pick up 5. The receivers probably don't love it, but if they're going to keep giving you 5 yards, why do anything different?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Jordan Hack with 6 tackles and a pick today. A pick 6.
That man's having a performance, if you ask me.
Trips to the top. They're going to throw this time. Man stays down here by himself, and nobody picks him up. Deuce Carter picks up 8 and a first. He just stopped running, and nobody stopped with him.
Not sure what that deep zone coverage was, but absolutely unnecessary, leaving the receiver all by himself in his own zip code.
Going to come out in their favorite formation. Motion Scally back over there. Hand it off for the dive. And Scally just, golly, bump, 10 yards and a first. First man to touch him is the safety.
Put upon him, Scally. 27-151. Ziggy's 11th tackle of the game in double digits.
Your free safety shouldn't be getting that involved that much. Scally stays in the block this time. Throws over the middle. Dangerous as Ragnar can't get off of the block. Barfield jumps that route. Luckily, he's not a receiver or a corner because he can't catch.
Yeah. He certainly was never a tight end either.
Or he was, and that's why they never threw him the ball. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Fake the dive. Mosley looking, going to throw up top. Going to find Ragnar for 3 yards.
Hey, they're going to be happy to force him to a 3rd and medium. They've just got to find a way to lock him down and keep them to field goals. Keeping them out of the end zone is the Hokies' goal.
Auburn happy to just burn the clock, I think. They're going to throw underneath. That's Thomas Oliver coming in at wide receiver. He's going to pick up 4 and make it 4th and 3. Auburn probably kicks a field goal here.
Nah, I don't see any reason why they go for it.
Mosley having a quietly good night. 19 for 24, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. The 2 interceptions kind of hurt.
12 tackles for Zielinski. Your safety is absolutely having a performance, if you ask me.
Auburn pulling up 26. I would bet money on he is probably their player of the week as of right now.
With no hesitation. Anybody who doesn't vote for that is a complete hater in the locker room.
I think the only argument would be the pick 6. by Hack. But the man is in double digit, and we're not even in the fourth quarter yet.
No, absolutely not. Having a way.
Here comes a version of the same formation Auburn's been running. Power run to the top is what it looks like, but may not be. They're not going to run it. They're going to bring all those guys in the box and slip out the wide receiver or the tight end on the other side. Bill Locklear is going to pick up 14 in the first.
You know, seeing a tight end with 5 receptions is an absolute exciting thing to see when you're a big fan of the tight end love game.
I think he already has more receptions than you did at Auburn in one game. There's the handoff. They haven't tried running it much. This is successful. And they had called Auburn napping as Dansby only picks up 6, as Dansby picks up 6. The 5 for 10 and a 2-yard average is a little bit disheartening though.
No, but him and I have the same thing in common. No touchdowns.
The fake the handoff. Going to throw over the top. Got a man. He might get sprung as Locklear picks up 41.
Love how I say that, and the tight end tries to go take one to the crib. Oh, please make me feel worse about myself.
Might have been a pick play. Not saying for sure.
Come on. We're going to look the other way about that. Y'all.
Oh, it's definitely a pick play.
Y'all been bailed out a couple times. We're going to look
that must not have been illegal in 16.
You know, Big Sky refs don't ever know what that kind of play looks like.
14, 16, same number.
Sure.
They hand off to the outside. First runs right past him, but the Auburn Tigers swarm him at the Pride of Tigers.
I was going to say that would be a Pride of Tigers.
Yeah, I struggled for a second. They make him lose 1. Dansby just can't get his feet under him long enough.
I still make an argument to call it a gaggle of tackles.
I love gaggles.
There you go.
Split back set. It's a screen. Man's down there. Nobody down there with him. Auburn tries to force it, but can't get him to stop before the line. 13 yards for Orndorff, and going to pick up the first, make it 1st and goal.
And Orndorff fights for it for a Hokies first down.
Heavy run set. They're going to bring in everybody. Not going to run it, though. Throw it down there as he gets hawked down. That was number 36. It looks like a walk-on. No, not a walk-on. Kendall Simmons, the backup cornerback, brings him down short.
On the half-yard line.
You're really hoping this is the run if you're Virginia Tech, I think. It's going to be an option, and Major can't get away. They surrounded him on both sides, and he's going to lose 2 and bring up 3rd and 3.
Hypothetically, if you're a Hokies fan, you hope it's a run, not that kind of run.
Yeah, not an option. You're looking for a dive. You got 2 chances to get a half a yard. I'm diving both times. Now they're going to come out in the power I. Interesting call here. This could be a good play call. Oh, and he can't get in. Dansby stopped at the inch line. Do they go for it with 7 seconds in the third?
Risk it for the biscuit. Scared money don't make money. Ew.
Oh, and they do not. I do not agree with this call 1,000%.
Well, hold on. They're going to have a chance to think it over going into the 4th.
In the 4th, they may try for it. Maybe that was the plan. Maybe they were showing field goal to catch Auburn off sides. But at the end of the 3rd, Auburn leading 26-17, looking for the win. And they do. They do go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. But this is pitch city. Outside run, pitch city. Power formation, power run right is what it looks like. Could be dive, could be pitch. It's a pass. I don't know that I agree with this. Oh, no. No. No! Oliver goes up and snags one, and he screwed the coverage up. It was a touchdown. He just lucky Major threw it low enough he could go get it.
I'm not happy here.
I'm with you. That's one terrible end zone play call by Auburn, one terrible end zone play call by Virginia Tech. As Scally loses 1 as they blitz on the dive again.
Yes, very, very Seahawks-esque.
Somewhere Marshawn Lynch is shaking his head saying, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
How I feel at the moment.
Here comes that offset diamond. Gonna motion him over. There's the handoff to Scally. He's gonna run to the right, away from the pool. You're going to pick up 4, make it 3rd and 7. Auburn happy with this play, honestly, probably just to get yardage and kick it away and force Virginia Tech to try to run the field again.
13th tackle, by the way, by Ziggy Zielinski, might we add.
You already got one of those, Jordan. You don't want another one.
Yes,
you know what
do.
happens when you get close to 3?
Shh.
Mosley going to chuck it. He's looking for the home run ball. He's got a man. Say his name and he appears. As that is a moonshot green, 77-yard touchdown. My broadcast
What
partner made
a
it inside.
throw by the freshman at home, getting it done to the legend Bobby Green himself. What a moonshot, finding pay dirt as the Tigers extend the lead.
I know, because I know him well enough. Moochie is on the sideline in his defensive coordinator's ear saying right now, at that time, before the ball is snapped, whatever you do not let Bobby Green behind you. I honestly don't even care if he picks up 16 in the first. Do not let him behind you. And they made the cardinal sin with those fast receivers, and they let him behind him, and it's just an easy throw and catch.
You couldn't have made that story any more perfect. Hokies got to get an answer here.
Both teams have made that mistake now as they go. But I don't know why. The wide receiver goes backwards in motion, and they snap it before he does anything. So he's kind of lost. But Dansby makes the best of it, picks up 5.
Like I said, it's
second and short.
It's like a weird 360 no scope.
Well, that one he kind of ran back inside like he was going to run a jet sweep, but it took him kind of out of the play and let the corner. Oh man! As Orndorff loses 1, I believe that was big number 99, Miss Alexa Storm, getting her name in the game.
Absolutely quiet night for the Storm, and then Orndorff absolutely runs into the eye of the storm for a TFL.
Oh, that was a good one. I don't know why we hadn't thought about that before. Single
I
back.
have. You didn't listen.
Oh. They throw it over the middle. What do we say? You throw short, you end short. 4th and 4. Now they're going to have to punt. As that is Tatum Melanishen's first catch of the game. 3 minutes into the fourth quarter, or a minute and a half into the fourth quarter, her first catch.
The logic is not logicking here, chap.
Tatum, Oliver drops one, and he's so excited. He's got his 2 picks tonight, and he is like, give me ball, give me ball.
Y'all having popcorn over there still?
No, he has been banned from popcorn.
No, don't look like that.
He may have a concussion. They're going to go into their favorite formation. Hands it off up there to Scally. Scally could have easily dodged the corner, and instead he just looks at Hatch and says, get another pick and watch what happens, and runs him over.
And Moochie, both safeties combined for almost 25 tackles. He's a crazy stat line.
Single back. There's the zone read. Mosley pulls, got 2 guys coming at him, just does the smart thing and goes down with the first one. Doesn't pick up anything, but makes it 3rd and 5.
And Kevin Lopez in on the tackle.
Maybe we do have popcorn.
I'm just saying.
Trips to the top. Mosley looking. Mosley going to throw to the bottom or the top of your screen. Nobody up there. Say his name, and he appears. You cannot leave a man like that uncovered. That'd be like me coming into this game and looking across the field and saying, you know what, I'm going to leave Melanishen uncovered. She ain't going to do nothing. Or I'm going to leave Orndorff uncovered. She ain't going to do nothing. That is a bad decision, and I know Moochie's pissed.
Not the only 8 to 24 first down. 1-to-3 ratio is diabolical.
Auburn just bleeding the clock out on him. Hand off to Scally again. Scally dives and picks up 9. 2nd and 1.
Now, when you're having a day like that, 31 for 168, you're just doing everything.
Here comes the single back. 2 receivers, ace formation. 2 on both sides. There's the read. Mosley taking a really long route to get the first. Runs by. Razzle dazzle. Mosley 23 yards for a touchdown. If you'd have asked me, I would have said he'd have been lucky to get a first based on how he started that run.
Your broadcast partner's having a stroke at the moment.
Take your heart medicine.
Meanwhile, over on Twitch, 10-yard touchdown pass to Brahim Alvarez. Iowa cuts the lead to 2. 26-24 Clemson lead. 7:19 left in the 4th.
Auburn came to make a statement, and I think a statement has been made.
No kidding. It is have your way with it at this point for Auburn.
And this is no diss. As somebody who has played, and to all the Virginia Tech guys out there, y'all are a great team. Sometimes the chips just don't fall in your favor. But I promise you, there was a ton of simming done by your coaches to make sure they got this right, and it just didn't fall in their direction. As Orndorff picks up 14 in the first.
Nope. It all can just come down to any given sim.
Sometimes, and in my professional opinion, it's the first downs and the third down conversions that are killing Virginia Tech right now.
No kidding.
We come out 2 by 1. Looking to throw. Throws underneath the Orndorff. Nope, that's Dansby. 10 yards. I'm so used to Orndorff starting.
We're in the fourth quarter. You still haven't put this together for a Tony 10, nonetheless.
Yeah, you know. That's me for you. As they're going to go in now, it's 5 minutes, 22 seconds. Not out of it. Keep grinding and get back. However, you cannot keep dinking and dunking. You're going to have to start taking shots.
No, don't say that. Don't say that terminology.
2 by 1. Now they come out. Backs out of the backfield. Throws over the middle. Got a man. He's open. And he slips a tackle. Finally taken out. That's John Lee for 36 yards.
And John Lee is just being the pulse of this offense, sadly it seems. Just breaking off and trying to be a spark in any sense of the term.
Now we're looking at 1st and 10 in the red zone, 15-yard line. Still need to put some, don't put the brakes on, go get it. Trips to the top, quick throw, and that was a weird decision as Lockyer picks up 1 and pays for it.
Why do you throw that? Ew, yucky. Don't agree with that play call there by the offense.
Simmons, the backup cornerback with his 6th tackle. There's the throw down to the bottom. Man open. For some reason, John Lee thought he had to put the toe drag flag on it, even though he had about 5 yards. Or had about 3 or 4 yards between him and the sideline.
It just seems to be the vibe of this game so far.
Major steps back. Major breaks the first tackle, cannot break the next one. As he is sacked for a loss of 9. And that looks like Teddy Driver coming in for his first sack of the game.
Oh, but his second TFL. He is not a stranger to making himself known.
Teddy, not a stranger to the CFSL. This is by far probably the biggest defensive line in the league. 6'8", 300, 6'8", 285, 6'8", 300, and 6'4", 280.
Poster out here would go crazy.
They're going to go for it on 4th. Throws off his back foot, makes a completion, but it's not going to be where he needs it as they turn it over as Melanishin picks up 5.
Hey Beard, remind me, what's the saying? Throw short, you stay short.
Stay short. Correct. Trips to the bottom of your screen. I would anticipate a heavy dose of scouting.
Shouldn't be any other way.
There you go, pick up 2. He's at 170 on the night on 30 touches.
And Alfredo Barfield on his 6th tackle of the game.
Split back. Gonna fake the handoff and throw. Ragnar slips the first man, slips the second man. Gonna pick up 24.
Now, Auburn is simply just having their way with this Hokie defense, and it's sliced turkey meat at this point.
I think they pulled the old bait and switch on Virginia Tech, and Virginia Tech was expecting a much different game plan than they got. Auburn now burning the clock. 3 minutes left in the 4th. There's the handoff to Scally. Scally just gashes the middle. He picks up 15.
Picks up 10 yards after the tackle. Wow, what a phenom. Over on Twitch, 8-yard touchdown run by Declan Murphy as Iowa takes the lead, going for 2. 5:33 in the 4th. They now lead 32-26.
I guess they missed the 2-point conversion. Oh, got it. Okay. I get 6-point game from here. There's the handoff. Scally again. Just bobbing and weaving and eating the clock as he gets a Tony 10.
Only the second Tony 10 of the day. A low stat line for us normally.
chat has gotten very quiet. Gonna burn the clock, 1:40. Motion Haas up top. Hand off to Scally. Scally gonna run again, another 6 yards, and that will get him over the 200-yard mark.
Trucks Alfredo Barfield, puts him flat on his back. Yet again, a common theme.
Scally's still looking for his first score of the game, but I promise you he's excited just to have 200 yards in the win. They hand it to him again. First man hits him in the backfield. Still going to pick up 2.
And Chris Wolf absolutely getting to him. He's coming to the aid of his linebacker, saying, "You're not going to put my man on his back and get away with it."
Virginia Tech waving the white flag, letting the clock run. One more handoff to Scally should do it. As he hands it off for 5, 3rd and 4. That'll end it. So what are your immediate takeaways? I know that's going to be tough for you, Dom, but let me know what you think.
No, I absolutely can put it all together you in a nice little bow as we finally mercifully reach 0. Auburn absolutely just maintained their pressure. They swapped with the book after a tough loss last week and just maintained dominance. Absolutely just offensive, defensive, and special team takeover. Not letting anything work for this Hokie team as a whole. The very tough loss after a very dominant win to a strong Texas team last week. Luckily, it's out of conference. They're going to have to find a way to get it back together and bounce next week as they head into their next game.
Auburn comes in looking for a change of pace. I know it's kind of wild. They threw for 700 yards. It's just not as sustainable in this league as it used to be. The coaches decided to make a change and try to get Scally more involved, and they did, and it worked. A much more balanced game plan, much more balanced game. Virginia Tech, don't hang your hats. This was a great game, or a great game, not a great game, but you'll bounce back next week. Thank you to our executive producer, Mike Peters, our associate producer, Austin Crow, my broadcast partner, Dominic, for joining me in tonight's action. And on behalf of our broadcast crew, I'm Beard. You've been watching the CFSL PX1 Sports on YouTube, and we'll see you at 8 for the next game. And that would be Virginia Tech and Georgia. I wrote it down, but didn't say it. Peace out, guys.